Hello, guys and girls, and welcome to Kinda Demon Unleashed. I personally wanted to take my opinion about the whole Pokemon Sword and Shield debacle, you could say. I hope you like this here. I had camcorder. Well, I bought one. I need to get new stand that I can mount on top of my monitor. Then maybe get the cam link thing from Agado and have awesome quality. But for now, I'm just going to record this and that separately, and and edit it together. Yeah. Um. So Pokemon Sword and Shield. What can I say? I'm not mad at Pokemon. No. You could say I'm in some ways disappointed, but I'm not completely mad. Because, to be honest, I knew they couldn't keep up with the Pokemon. Okay. Let's try to be real. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to have a top mount, because it's kind of obscure my view on the monitor. Let me see if I can. This. Now everything is weird. Maybe this can. God damn it, there's not a list with all the Pokemon with different forms and stuff like that. So there are 807 Pokemon until now. Already double that amount, because every Pokemon sprite has a shiny variation with different colors. So we are then at 1614. Wait, math, I know. Then we have Pokemon with multiple forms. And I don't even know how many different forms of... What's his name in English? Is it Andy? Or is that the German name? Yeah, I'm German. Spinder. Spinder is the English name. I don't want to even imagine how many forms there are of, because the spots are in different places. Technically, there's a nearly infinite amount. And then with all the shiny variation of that, yeah. But still, it's a different sprite form. It's still different. It still counts as a different Pokemon in case of model building. Then we have the whole unknown. There are, for every letter, exclamation mark, question mark, and then their shiny variation. It's all coded into the game. Meletta different forms, the genies different forms, and that represents shinies. Helio different form, Shaman different form, Kiram different forms, Rotom different forms. There are many Pokemon with different forms, and I don't even know if in the 807 list are the Alola form added or not added. So yeah, we we were at technically 1,614 sprites. Just say it's. Let's be generous and say it's roughly like 2,000 in total. Yeah, that is ridiculous. There's no denying that. That is ridiculous. There's also no surprise that the 3DS was chugging in double battles. It was. There's no way around it. It was chugging. Um, I I technically thought that the 6th generation would be the last game where there will be all the Digimon. I mean Pokemon. Digimon is a point where I want to go as well later on, because some people made some stupid comments because the Digimon Story Saber Surf Complete Edition comes to the Nintendo Switch. But yeah, we get to that. So I personally don't mind it, but I can see where people are coming from, why they're kind of angry with Pokemon, because I am kind of as well. Because back in the day where I was a small child, I played with my mother Pokemon games and we traded and all that shit. And I carried over most of these mons to current generation, and my mother is dead. But she kind of lives on with the Pokemon and all that shit, and yeah. Kind of sad to not see continuing the journey with me in a kind of way. But sorry, a little bit emotional, but at least there's Pokemon Home, which I'm a little bit miffed that's a paid service. I understood Pokemon Bank and stuff, but with Pokemon Home, you don't even have the 100% thing that you can transfer them. I hope they make Pokemon Home a little bit more appealing than Pokemon Bank, with adding like mini games, like stupid stuff, like it's a giant ass farm with Pokemon and you can play with the Pokemon, not necessarily battle but play with them, make it more interactive, and I would be willing to spend money yearly, not monthly, yearly. Do you understand? And that's also a way to kind of continue the legacy. And yes, in Sword and Shield there won't be all the Pokemon, but you have a chance in later installment in the games to play with these Pokemon, so they're not just erased from history. No, that's not the case. Yeah. Oof. A little bit time to cool down from that emotional rant. But now to the point of Digimon. And why people say, oh, better than Pokemon, blah blah blah. Yes and no. They're all bandwagoning to Digimon because of the whole not every Pokemon is in that game kind of thing. There are multiple things that I need to consider for that. I I personally agree on a different basis than the Digimon Story Saber Sleuth game is a better game, but it has really bad balance in online battle. You don't want to. It's so broken. No. But that's quite a good thing in Pokemon. It's well balanced. But the name is already in the game. It's a story. It's an experience. But also, the Digimon game don't try to appeal to young children. No, it even has an age restriction. Let me see what's the American amount of age restriction for that. Um, Story, Sabertooth, age rating. Let's see. What's the American age rating? Is 13 or above. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, it's close to what he is with in Germany with 12 and above. I would have thought it would be like 16 because of some of the suggested stuff, but that was edited out of the American version. I forgot. Yeah. But, yeah, I personally enjoy the Digimon games more because it's a story, it's an experience. You can experience it all. There are also some other aspects that I wish from Pokemon games that are rather good in this to implement as well in Pokemon. We're getting to that. This is going to be a long rant. But the thing about the Digimon game, there was never a Digimon game where all the Digimon was available, I think. There was never. Not that I can imagine. Because right now, the last time I checked, it was 1,160, but I think it's more like 2,000. So a similar amount of what we set the bar for Pokemon. Thing is, with that, I think that with Pokemon, they hold the bar much higher than Digimon with the standard of including all, even the unnecessary ones. Let's be honest. Who the fuck cares about Unknown? Well, Pokemon Company will still care about that because it's part of the movie franchises and blah blah blah. Let's try to find something else. There will be always some fans of some Pokemon, like Pseudo Voodoo, Standler. Standler, it got already outshined by what's the dear one called again? Deerling and his evolution, which was what again? Sourcebuck, yeah. Or Gifaric. They could introduce a new giraffe Pokemon that outshines that one. Because, let's be honest, people don't care about some of the mons because the Pokemon company doesn't care about these Pokemon. Another example is how many people wanted to be better to get an evolution and stuff to wants to shine more is Dunsparce. Yeah, Dunsparce is a really good thing that I could mention. But yeah, through 8 generations, it carried every mon over. Every. Even the ones that are not necessary. Digimon never did that. They did that, what I would consider being a little bit better than Pokemon. They don't try to expand on all the mons and have more and more and more, and everyone rather have a story to tell. And then the people will scream probably in the comments, yeah, Pokemon has a story to tell as well. Tell me, what is really a fascinating story in Pokemon? I think the only somewhat considered good story was in Black and White and Black and White 2 because it was a continuation. You cannot tell me that the story in like X and Y was great at all. Or the story in like story in Red and Blue was also not really that great. It was just a boy goes on a journey. Oh, he accidentally crosses with the mafia or criminal organization, better said. Well, with a leader called Giovanni, you can Italian, Giovanni. Yeah. Also, a thing that I've thought in my childhood, kind of, oh, Team Rocket, kind of mafia. Let's see what we have. Yeah, there's not much of a story, but like I said, except in 5th gen with a little bit interesting narrative, but not really that compelling. But also since, to be honest, since kind of Gen 4, let me check some. So when did Gen 4 came out? I don't want Pokemon Go Gen 4. It came out in Japan 2006. Then let me check. When this came out, okay. There was a thing that you did not notice until 5th gen, but slowly but surely, Pokemon took over some of the concepts of Digimon. Well, they made a blatant in 6th generation with Mega Evolution. I never heard that term before. But in 4th gen, they introduced something as well. Form changes or mode change, which were introduced in Digimon, like the 2000s. Yeah, in Digimon Adventure 2, there were mode changes introduced in the anime with Imperial Dramon, Dragon mode, Fighter mode, Paladin mode. Different forms, different stats, different attacks, different powers, different abilities. They took that and made it their own Pokemon. I personally don't mind if they take inspiration from different media. But then implement it in the story interesting. you kinda did it with 5th gen with Fusion, which is also 5th gen came out even later than that, probably in 2008 or so. And I don't get it. Oh, I really don't get it. So, yeah. So, another point is where I want to say is, I personally don't mind that Pokemon Sword and Shield won't have all the Pokemon, but I want it to be a good story. I want it to be then high graphic fidelity. That's that's one of the arguments that I give the people in the comment section about the Digimon Complete Edition, Digimon Story South Complete Edition. That it is graphically superior to that. And one thing, Digimon's Story Sabasu did not come out on PlayStation 4. It was a Vita game. A PlayStation Vita. Which, yes, is more powerful than a 3DS. But worlds away from the Nintendo Switch. Worlds. And it can have that graphic capability. Yeah, we don't have open world in that game. Yes, we don't have movable camera, but it has character. That's what I want from a game. I want it to have character. I want to be invested into the game, into the story, into every character. I want to love or hate characters. I hate Nokia. I hate her, I hate her, I hate her. But that's a good thing. Pokemon tries to avoid to either hate or feel invested in characters. You cannot tell me that there's characters that you're invested in. Like, what? Are you invested in what's his face? What's his name? Was it Claudio or so? Gladio? The brother of Lily. They tried to make you invested in him and the Lily and the tragic backstory of the mother and stuff like that, and they completely missed it. I don't know how. It's a good story in principle. They missed it. How? Because they didn't. They didn't. And also, there are multiple cutscenes and stuff like that in Digimon Story Sabasu. But these are not as jarring as in Pokemon. Just get the writing staff, man. And I know you say, oh, it's a children, blah blah blah. Oh, even children enjoy a good story. Let's see. What the hell was that? What? Did I trigger any assist? Google? That was loud. Okay. I hate it. Sorry? Um, I'm now really out of my concept. There was. Yeah, was I? Story? Oh, jarring cutscenes, yeah. And some people will say, oh, then the real player, well, really gets a little bit more out and stuff like that. And I say, no. I played for Digimon Story Cyber stuff like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And, well, 2 runs was just to uh complete the game, get everyone, and then just continue on harder difficulty, and then a clean slate run with all run on the harder difficulty. Oh, there is a difficulty you can set, and the thing is, in Digimon Story Cyber Surf is the difficulty is not set by normal, hard. No, it is play the Digimon experience if you're a beginner, or play the Digimon experience if you have knowledge. Or was it in Digimon World that was so? But I know that's the difficulty settings as well in Digimon Stories. But the Digimon World setting, that's something that Pokemon could introduce. And also they could on mode more rewarding like Digimon does. Digimon, it doesn't give you more experience. It does gives you more money and chance of higher rare items drop. Um, the thing that they could do with Pokemon is higher IV Pokemon. Oh, because it would make it more difficult to battle them, but also it would make more rewarding to catch them. Uh, uh and you might be saying, did you the Pokemon Sword and Shield game isn't out? You don't know the story. You don't know anything. It could be great. I am 8 generations in. I am there from the start. I don't have any hopes with the Pokemon Company, or even sometimes Game Freak. And oh yeah, children game, children enjoying a great story as well. That's what I wanted to look up before the weird sound came. Children. Children books. Let's see. I mean, shows me only German stuff. Let's see. Peter Pan. Good story, deep meaning. It's for children. Alice in Wonderland. Harry Potter in some ways. They couldn't be major aspect in a game, but still be not above children, and stimulate them to be more. Uh, let's see. That book. Is there a Wikipedia for that? Is Oh God, it's not a book. Uh, there. Uh, let's see. There's another one that I loved to read as a child. Let's see if this book got an English entry. Not much. Even though he was an English children's writer, the one that wrote that book. What was it called? Yeah. Can da, da, da. Uh, well, the author that I mean is Enid Blyton, I think is the pronunciation. Uh, he has great books. They are all for children. They're all about adventure and grow up, and it's it's for children. You don't want just to appeal to children by being like like I don't know what could I throw as an example of wacky stupidity. What's currently on the TV? No. Wow, they don't even use the German word for that anymore. Uh, well, the German and English word is not much different. Um, okay, I know how bad that one is, and so yeah, that's a good example of stupidity. Pokemon tries to sell you Peppa Pig. Basically, it's simplistic, basic storytelling that goes nowhere. There's not even most of the time a moral that you learn or can evolve from, or nothing. There's nothing. Then Digimon game. It does not shy away from death, close to being death, or even losing everything that you have. It does not shy away. well, you could joke about the anime that death loses meaning. Especially if you see in the Digimon anime and Leomon, he will die. He will die so hard. But yeah, to be honest, I think Pokemon Sword and Shield would be great if they would make free a small amount of Pokemon, concentrate on the story and a little bit of the graphic fidelity, because let's be honest, the Digimon game isn't that great as well, graphic wise. Even though it's considered a Vita game, but still. I'm still not done yet. Do not believe I'm done. I want to go into the freaking Dynamax thing and how much bullshit it is. I know they try to put in each game a new gimmick. And yes, it is a gimmick. You cannot deny that it isn't a gimmick. But they try to implement a gimmick to make it more appealing and interesting than the last game, rather than make a story. So, I don't mind gimmicks if they implement it good and right and all that stuff. But I could even come up with a better gimmick. You know what the Pokemon game should try to do? You know, they love the official Pokemon battle, blah blah blah, being multi and double and stuff like that. They are rarely a one-on-one battles. Why don't make a game where you all play only doubles? Why don't make your game where you choose 2 starters at once and you go through the whole game in double battle? You learn new mechanics because you use moves that you normally wouldn't use. Why would I ever need helping hand? Why would I ever need like healing beam or whatever it's called? And now a whole new world of Pokemon opens up because nobody cares about it in one-on-one battles. No one cares about White Guard, Spotlight. And don't let me start on abilities that profit in multi-battles. Like the whole plus and minus battle. Plus or minus, and with their abilities. Like I said, a whole new world of experience can open up with that. And they don't need to be double battles. They could be even evolve further. Why not make the party even bigger than 6? You can variate it. You can make 8 or 10. Not every region needs to be the same. And also, what I kind of wish Pokemon would do, which is also bothering me, that you as a Pokemon trainer are useless. You cannot say otherwise, because you don't grow in your journey, because first there's no story, and second of all, you do nothing. You just choose Pokemon and choose attack, and that's it. You don't have anything active to do, except for sometimes throwing in potions because you're a scrub. Sorry. I'm a scrub as well. In rare situations, to be honest, because, yeah. Yeah. Why don't they implement a leveling and skill system for Pokemon trainer? Like, oh, You gain that much experience that you can see the IVs of a Pokemon. Or you're that experienced that you can spot easier shiny Pokemon and shiny spots and stuff like that. Just make it so that you don't need to be only relying on Pokemon and other people, but rather on yourself as well. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick, and that's not really helping. But I wanted to win. Why not? Let's go. Let's Go is a great game for a funny, tight game. And people will go, blah, blah. It's main game and blah. You can say it's a main game, but oh, that was what I wanted to go on as well. So, in Digimon, there is a stat called ABI. That stat determines how high your max stat can go. So basically, it is the IVs of Digimon. And to get it higher, yes, you can make the ABI higher. You evolve your Digimon. The higher the level, the better. And then you go back down to, like, base form or lower to explain it to non-Digimon fans, so I don't need to throw out other terms. And because it has experience to be grown up as a child, it has higher ABI. So why don't you make it more accessible rather than through stupid breathing methods, Masuda? Have that method to make it more competitive for competitive Pokemon players. So you less have problems with cheating. Even though, would you consider cheating if it all meets the regulation of the Pokemon Company? It is only a shortcut because it takes too much time. Well, that process what I told you with Digimon takes also much time. But at least it's engaging. So, all I'm going to say is, I cannot wait to experience Pokemon Sword and Shield. I'm going to experience it as a game, like I always do with Pokemon games. And that's that. There's always in some games that you just dislike or find boring or find stupid. Like, for the best example that some people find stupid, I'm so and so on that. Like that, the Persona first dungeon, the whole first dungeon is just a tutorial. A tutorial that goes like for like 10 or 11 hours. Yeah, no one is a fan of long tutorials. Well, it depends on how good you play. It could be shorter. It could be much shorter. I'm throwing away my water bottle. I should maybe drink out of it. Yeah, I'm going to drink on this video because I don't care. And I'm probably not going to throw anything in the background for music because it's a Demon Unleashed. It's pure me. It's uncut, uncensored. Well, it is cut because I need to sync up the audio from the mouth flaps with the audio that I'm recording separately because I don't trust the microphone on my new camcorder, even though it's a high quality stereo microphone. Also, which I thought Digimon too, you nearly see always the same ones. There are so many interesting Digimon that are barely in any games. At least in the major games. In the small side games, you find a good variety. Like, you're always going to see the Agumon line, Gabumon line, all from the first series. You will always find these. You always find the Devimon, Myodismon, or Venomyodismon, or stuff like that. You'll find the majority of the Royal Knights in there, and yeah. But I don't think I found a game with the complete sum of the Olympic 12. Except for the one game that appeared, which was, I think, a Japanese mobile game. And with mobile game, I mean not smartphone. I mean the old school mobile games. With a resolution of like 420 to 180. No, it was low. Let's see. Yeah, the Bancho group. You only see Bancho Leomon, but there is a whole group. And they act as a countermeasurement for basically the Royal Knights. They're working for justice, but they don't care what kind of justice, their own justice. And if Yggdrasil or someone decides that everything needs to be put down, Leomon and each one steps in and beat up the Royal Knights to put a stop to this. Which also is rare to see. You see always Alphamon and Doraemon and all that shit. But the movie that was only released in Japanese, which is a really good movie, Digimon Evolution X or something called like that, it introduced the X Digimon. They are barely featured in main games, and even though their designs are so great, Digimon, we don't have them. See, that's not just a Pokemon rant, it's a Digimon rant as well. No game is perfect. But I think that's it for now. Otherwise, I will be going for like 3 hours and I will die because I am sick and I don't feel good, and yeah. So, I hope you enjoyed this video of Demon Unleashed. See you next time. Bye!